Hello, evolution of electronic video games class. This is the video presentation for the final, but it's also the third discussion for the two famous video game developers. I chose Hideo Kojima, who is very well known for being a part of Konami and the Metal Gear games. Um, I chose him mainly because I've heard his name a lot, and Gabe Newell, who I've heard a little about, but mainly about some of the products that he's created, such as Valve. I chose Gabe for the product rather than his name. My name is Rutger Volkema, and this is my presentation. So, Hideo Kojima was born in August 24th, 1963. He was born in Setagaya, Tokyo, Japan. Some of his passions from an early age were creating stories in any way he could. In particular, he really liked films and movies. He even has a quote that says, "Humans' bodies are 70% water, but mine is 70% film." So he really likes filmmaking. That was originally what he was going to do, and he was going to school for that until the creation of the Nintendo Entertainment System, where he then found a passion for video games. And he reached out to video game companies applying in hopes of joining. Some of his talents is filmmaking, as can be seen from a lot of his projects, such as Metal Gear, Death Stranding. They're all very cinematic, with cutscenes that are emotion provoking. He's very humble and hardworking, as that's just a bit of his personality. What does he like to work with? Um, Kojima Studios has a supportive atmosphere and small teams because he stated that he doesn't want a team of 150 people working on Death Stranding, and unique cinematic approaches because of how Hideo creates video games. Some companies he's behind. The first company that he applied to was Konami, and he was accepted, though he'd been with that company for a long time. He recently left within the last decade or so, I believe, and created his own company, Kojima Productions. Konami created Metal Gear, and Kojima Productions created Death Stranding. As can be seen on the right, on the left is Death Stranding, on the right is Metal Gear. He's known for pushing boundaries in storytelling and gameplay, and some of his unique titles, such as Death Stranding, and the never-ending franchise that is Metal Gear, and the Metal Gear Solid series. A unique story that I found was while he was creating Metal Gear, he actually, I don't know if he enlisted, but he did take some military training just to make sure that the game that he was creating was as accurate as can be, which I believe is very respectable. Um, he's always had that good way of approaching cinematics in video games. Gabriel Newell was born November 3rd, 1962. He was born in Seattle, in the state of Washington. At a very early age, he had a passion for solving puzzles, and that eventually turned into computer games and eventually even further information technology and software. He's a very talented programmer. He's been behind a lot of important softwares. Apparently, he's got a good sense of humor. He's incredibly approachable, and he's interactive. If you were to approach him and talk to him, working at where he currently works, Valve Corporation, it could be exhilarating because it allows you to be creative and challenge yourself, but it's also challenging because a lot of your creative ideas will be shut down and you need to have some humility. He originally worked at Microsoft after dropping out of Harvard, and he was there for a long time until him and someone he had met at Microsoft quit and co-founded the Valve Corporation. During and under the Valve Corporation, they created the Half-Life games, Steam, which is a incredibly popular video game distributor. I'd even say it's one of the largest. Portal 2, which is a very popular puzzle game, and the PlayStation 3, which is a very important console to the Sony systems. In the video game industry, his influences are that he's a pioneer of advanced graphics and artificial intelligence being used in video games. He created Steam, which again is a very large distributor of video games and online video games. um, and a huge role in the creation of the PlayStation 3. He was vital during early Microsoft when he was employed, even working along Bill Gates. Um, and Forbes recently listed him as one of the 100 richest businessmen in the world. Some stories that I found interesting. Gabe Newell is an avid enjoyer of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic television show, which I was not aware of course, because I just began researching him. Uh, Gabriel regularly practices martial arts, including Aikido, I believe I saw listed, and he has a large knife collection, which, again, I didn't know. I found that interesting. And again, he worked closely alongside Bill Gates just because of how important of a role he had at Microsoft, which is just a show, and it just attests to his talents as a software engineer. These references are for Hideo Kojima, a lot of them just biography stuff. I searched some of his products, and then Gabe Newell. I only really needed this one link. I found it incredibly useful.